Welcome back. In this video, I will tell you about top stamps which are worth money. This stamp was sold for $37,500. 5000K Madonna and the Child, center inverted, 1923 is often referred as the rarest Hungarian stamp. Being one of the premier inverted centers of the 20th century Europe, this valuable philatelic item becomes the highlight each time it appears at the auction. This stamp was sold for 17,000 United States dollar. 2RS Blue is the second Danish stamp that is even rarer than the first one. However, there is some even more interesting examples that can be found among 2RS Blue stamp series, like this item that possesses a unique color shade that is called Prussian Blue. Well, this stamp was sold for 11,000 US dollar. 25A yellow, brown and blue with black overprint is one of the rarest major type crowned numeral Iceland stamps that were overprinted and reissued in 1902 and 1903. They are all printed on paper with watermark 112, and numeral type stamps were no longer valid for postal use after 1902. 2KR military border newspaper text stamp was issued for use in military border district of South Hungary in 1868. The newspaper text stamps were used to collect a fiscal tax rather than pay postage. 2KR red-brown stamp is unissued value produced in true format and mounted on white card. One example was sold for $6,796. Well, the first Portugal stamps for the prepayment of postage on the letter mail were released during 1853. This issue features the profile of Queen Maria II, who reigned as Queen of Portugal from 1826 to 1828 and again from 1834 to 1853. She first became the ruler at just 7 years old. 10A red carmine with a black overprint is one of the crowned numeral Iceland stamps that were overprinted and reissued in 1902 and 1903. With the release of the King Christian IX portrait definitives, the crown numeral type stamps were no longer valid for postal use. To rectify this, various denominations of the crown numeral were overprinted. Well, 1KR blue newspaper text stamp is one of the most desirable stamps of Hungary. It is considered that only 10 to 12 examples of 1KR blue newspaper text stamp exist today. Almost all of these specimens are in used and faulty condition. One of the finest examples of the 1KR blue newspaper text stamp featuring original gum and balanced margins was sold for a high price. This inverted center 20 filler postage due stamp of 1908 is a great Hungarian rarity. Only a small number of this error is known. Postmarked in 1910 in Zenuk, the error was offered at Spink sale that took place in June 2017. An attractive used example of this postage due error featuring fresh colors and nice impression was sold for high price. Well, the locals of Denmark, known commonly as the by post, which simply means town post, by in the Danish meaning town or village, are quite important branch of Danish philately. One of such bright stamp is 5-or green Albog Kisok Company stamp that was offered for $1,369 by Grosswinner at one of its historic sales that took place in February 2016. 10G Orange Queen Wilhelmina stamp is one of the 27 major type definitives Netherlands stamps. They were issued between 1899 and 1924. It features the left-facing portrait of the young Queen Wilhelmina who ruled the Netherlands from 1890 until her abdication in 1948. This stamp was sold for $1,450. Well, this stamp was sold for 525 United States dollar. The 12L on 13L denomination revalued Basilica type stamp of 1949 and was issued on March 15, 1952. The 12L on 13L Basilica type stamp is one of the scarce varieties with inverted overprint. Well, 60F Soviet probe Luna 2 with a scarce variety missing color red, one of the most interesting items of the Hungarian philately. It was issued after the stamp featuring Luna 1 heading for the moon. Luna 1 and 2 were identical, so the Luna 1 stamp needed to be modified only slightly to commemorate the success of Luna 2. It was overprinted with the exact time of lunar impact. Well, 1885 Great Britain 5 shilling IR official blue back overprint. Lettered ME original gum just faintly disturbed in one place with deep color and strong impression, slightly overall swelling and toning, but very fine appearance, a highly collectible original gum example of this rarely offered official stamp. Sold for 14,000 British pounds. Well, 96 cent Rose 1875 issue with original gum single hinge mark at the top with vibrant color and well centered. Very fine and choice. The 96 cent 1875 Continental newspaper issue is very rare in original gum condition. This is only the third different PR23 with original gum that is offered in decades. Catalog price $2,250. Well, 70F brown on greenish is one of only few examples of 70 filler stamp that shows the crown of the Saint Stephen, Hungary's first monarch. This crown became one of the most powerful symbols of the Hungarian nationhood. These items were not issued without the overprint, and the examples that miss it are considered to be very scarce error stamps. Sold for $4,844. 1935 Judicial Congress is one of the Vatican City pictorial stamps that were released on February 1, 1935 to honor the International Judicial Congress held in Rome during 1934. The stamp, designed in blue color, shows Pope Gregory IX issuing his decree that instituted the Papal Inquisition. Sold for $1,400 in the auction. Well, 90 or King Christian 10 stamp 1920 is one of the rarest Danish stamps. The block of 490 or King Christian 10 stamps in a generally fresh condition featuring sheet corner margin with imprints was offered for $1,500 by Cherry Stone in October 2018. It features the right-facing portrait of was King of the Denmark from 1912 to 1947. Well, 1868 10KR black and green revenue center inverted is a magnificent stamp that can adorn even the most sophisticated stamp collections. Accompanied by 1966 letter from the well-respected dealer Robert Lehman, in which he states the stamp is from the revenue collection of Dr. Carl Schmidt, who was a secretary to the Count Ferrari, winner of the Crawford and Lindenberg medals, authority on the German local stamps. Well, this stamp was sold for $1,050. Turkey 1921 overprints on 1914 postage dues. Complete. Scott number 75 to 77. Original gum, bright and fresh with large margins and very fine appearance. The Scott value is $1,050 and it was sold also for $1,050. Well, this stamp was sold for $6,000. 1 cent yellow agriculture soft paper without gum is issued, vivid color and crisp impression. Gorgeous centering with wide and balanced margins, extremely fine, a beautiful example of the 1 cent agriculture American banknote company printing. The example offered here is a condition rarity. Well, United States $1.92 dark brown 1875 special printing without gum is issued with deep rich color on bright paper and 3 wide margins. Perforations well clear of the design at the bottom. Very fine, a rare example of the $1.92 1875 Continental newspaper special printing. Only 41 were sold and the catalog price is $20,000. I hope you liked my video. Thank you and subscribe to my channel and keep visiting and watching.